Have you ever really stopped to think about the architecture of a prayer? Not just the words you say, but the emotional journey it's actually designed to take you on. In this explainer, we're going to break down a really powerful morning prayer, piece by piece, to see how its structure is built to guide us from a place of worry to one of genuine peace. Let's dive in. So this is really the big question, isn't it? We're not just looking at a ritual here. We're looking at a tool, kind of like a psychological tool. How can just a few structured minutes in the morning completely change the trajectory of your entire day? Well, as we're about to see, it all begins in a very specific and maybe even surprising place. Okay, so what's so fascinating is where this prayer begins. It doesn't jump right into asking for things. It doesn't start with our worries or to-do lists. Nope. The very first step, the foundation for everything that follows, is to just establish a state of gratitude. It's a deliberate choice to shift your focus to what you already have. And here's the why behind that gratitude. The prayer is grounded in this powerful idea from the Book of Lamentations that mercies are, quote, new every morning. The core thought here is that every single day is a gift. It's a totally fresh start. So this isn't just a passive thank you. It's an active recognition of that brand new beginning. And this is how the prayer takes that huge theological concept and makes it incredibly personal. It gives thanks for things you can actually feel. The morning itself, the fact you were protected through the night, having another opportunity. It's all about translating a really profound idea into something you can be grateful for, right here and right now. All right, so once that foundation of gratitude is solid, the prayer makes a really important shift. It moves from thanking for what's already done, the night, the new day, to asking for strength for what's about to happen, for the day that's just getting started. And the way this prayer defines grace is just fascinating. It's leaning on this idea from 2 Corinthians. Grace isn't just getting something good you don't deserve. It's a source of strength that, and this is the wild part, is made perfect in our moments of weakness. It's essentially a request for divine backup. And this is where it gets incredibly practical. The prayer asks for grace not in some abstract way, but for specific traits. It's a proactive request, like saying, instead of my default anger, help me choose patience. Instead of frustration, help me choose kindness. It's like you're asking for help to consciously swap out your factory settings for better ones. Now, right after asking for strength, the prayer pivots to acknowledge weakness. And this is such a crucial moment of humility. It becomes a plea for mercy, a covering for all the inevitable mistakes and shortcomings that just come with being human. And this plea is made with confidence because it's based on a very specific description of God's character, like this one from Psalm 103. The prayer is appealing to an established trait, being compassionate, gracious, and full of mercy. It's like saying, I'm asking for this because I know this is who you are. And again, just notice how specific this is. Mercy isn't just for sins in general. It's for these really concrete, relatable things, our mistakes, our shortcomings, the times we worried instead of trusting, or the actions we took that weren't based in love. That level of detail makes the whole idea of mercy feel so much more direct and personal. Okay, this next step is the real turning point of the whole prayer. After the gratitude, the ask for strength, and the plea for mercy, there's this moment of release. This is the part where you willingly surrender control over the day, its events, its outcomes. It is the big exhale. And this verse from Proverbs is basically the blueprint for that surrender. It lays out a really clear formula. Our part is to trust and acknowledge. The promised result? Divine direction. The prayer itself becomes the very act of living out this verse. It's a conscious decision to trade your trust for guidance. So here it is, the crucial logic, the mechanism at the very heart of this. The prayer operates on this simple but incredibly powerful idea. Trust is the key that unlocks direction. By letting go of the need to control every little outcome, you create the space to actually be guided. So what's the emotional payoff for this surrender? It's a very specific kind of peace. The prayer asks for that peace mentioned in Philippians, the kind that surpasses all understanding. This isn't just the absence of noise. It's a deep-seated calm that can exist even in the middle of chaos, actively guarding your heart and your mind from anxiety. And that brings us to the final movement. The prayer has guided us through this entire internal journey, but it doesn't just leave us there. It concludes by turning the focus completely outward, basically asking, okay, how do you take the grace and mercy you just received and actually live it out with other people? This verse from Micah becomes the prayer's mission statement for the day. It's a simple, three-part guide for how to behave. Act with justice, love mercy, and walk with humility. This is the practical framework for applying all the benefits of the prayer to the real world. And just as we've seen all along, the prayer translates this big guiding principle into tangible actions. The request isn't a vague, help me be good. It's a specific, help me be patient with others, gentle in my responses, and generous in forgiveness. It's all about becoming a living, breathing reflection of the very grace you asked for at the start. So by the end of this whole structured journey, from gratitude to grace to mercy, surrender, and action, the final emotional state you're left with is one of strength. The prayer is literally designed to leave you not with a list of worries, but with a toolkit of confidence, peace, and hope to carry you through the day. So after breaking this whole thing down, it kind of leaves us with a personal question. As you step into the rest of your day, what's the one interaction, the one challenge, or that one internal struggle where you could really use that strength that's made perfect in weakness? What's the one thing you need grace for today?